And good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to Storm Talk. Big thanks to Jessica and Tawada that have been helping out with Storm Talk here as of late, the active pattern we've had. Back in action here today. Now, I will say right out of the gate here, we are not expecting anything severe in the short term. It's all relatively quiet overall and much more summer-like coming our way into the days ahead. I'll cover that in just a second. But if you are new to the blog or you haven't had a chance to catch up with it, I'm wave meteorologist Brian Good. Usually we update you guys about this time in the morning. Now, of course, we're getting into the summer season, and that's when things usually quiet down. Usually in the summer, we deal with MCSs or complexes of storms that drop in from the north, or sometimes we get derechos that form in the Midwest and move into intense heat, or we get the leftovers of tropical systems. You guys love that, right? That move into the area. So the summer has a different theme to it, but most of the time it's relatively quiet and all about the hot weather. So we're not there yet. We're trying to see the pattern change a little more of those we head a little closer to, certainly the Memorial Day holiday. As always, you guys can comment on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube. I've already seen several of your comments already for this morning, although Kevin says there's no audio. So Kevin, let me know if you guys are not able to hear me. I'll make sure that everyone's hearing me. Type 1 if you can hear me. Type 2 if you cannot. Type 3. He's good. He's good now. Okay. So Kevin's good. You don't have to type anything. All right, let's get right to it. We'll dive into the setup on the severe risk where we normally tend to start. Now, we do not have a risk out for any of the action coming our way, and it's relatively minor stuff later tonight, tomorrow, into early on Saturday. And for good reason. There's several ingredients that are missing in this setup. So I understand why there is no outlook out for the area. But at the same time, there could be some rumbles of thunder and some heavy rain moving through. And as I've alluded to, there will be some smoke in the area as well. I'll explain in just a second. Thanks for all the ones, by the way. Glad you guys are paying attention and back on board again. All right, get your number 2 pencils too. We are keeping an eye on a hazy sky at the moment. This is our Sky Tri camera from downtown Louisville to Waterfront Plaza, looking toward Oldham County. And that will be an issue today and tomorrow. More of a hazy setup. We got that smoke from the Canadian wildfires that's been in the area. We've been talking about this past several days. It is here to stay until we get decent rain to move in and clear the air out. But if you've been having issues with your sinuses lately or anything like that, it could be a factor, although most of the smoke in this scenario is higher up. So it mainly impacts sunrises and sunsets. Actually can add quite a beauty to them as well. But as far as daytime goes, between those two time periods, it's hazy. Still, you're able to cast a shadow, though, as you're out and about during the day, and it will still be a warm one. All right, the satellite, the visible satellite's not really working great today, but I'll switch over to the other one in just a second. But you can certainly see that there's no rain to talk about. We're looking good. Let me show you now with a different version of the satellite where it kicks in and shows the wave to the southeast. And normally we would say, hey, look to the southeast. That's where our weather's coming from, or to our west, excuse me. Kind of give away the joke, right? Got to work on my punchlines. Anyway, look to the east this time. This is where we got the wave that's kind of just cut off here to the Carolinas. There will be a bit of a piece of that will kind of push into Kentucky later on tonight into early tomorrow. As it does so, there could be a brief shower that may try to form. Right now, the chances of that are relatively low on trying to get any shower activity to form with that. But if it were to happen, it would be later on tonight. We would likely see that, and then it would fade out. Now, still like I-65 or east will likely carry the higher chance for that. Meanwhile, as we do look to the west, that is where our next system, the front, that will roll into the area and will clear the air out and get rid of that nasty smoke that's kind of creating that haze now. That's back into areas of Canada and the Northern Plains heading our way. So your severe risk today, there's not much to talk about because the wind fields in general across the lower 48 just not very strong. But you can see where on the western side of that low, there's a low wind potential for maybe a couple of strong gusty storms that may move up. Portions there around, say, Huntsville, Alabama, not far from Space Camp. If you've ever been there before, I highly encourage you to go there. Back to the west, this is a different system, really, that's not going to have too much of a factor immediately in our weather, but it will help with a front that's going to be dropping in from the north and kind of connect the pieces there to allow for a severe risk, which comes together with this look as we head into the day tomorrow. And you can see most of that is to our south and to our southwest. All right, there's where the smoke and the fires have been. A lot of you have been commenting on this. And again, that will be drifting at times. Already have some of it now into wave country. Once we get the front into the area, that will clear it out. Here's where the modeling is showing the smoke is as of about an hour or two from now. And you can see it's kind of hazy. And the sky is overhead at the moment there. And hey, guys. How you doing? Hanover, right? All right. Got Hanover College here with us today. And L.A. Yeah, what's up? What's up? I wish we could get the camera. Maybe get the camera over there. Let me show these guys. Hold on one second. Hold on. Give me a second. Gotta give you guys some shout outs here. Let's see what I can do for you. Let's see what I can do for you. I can't really hear you guys, but I'm assuming you guys are having a great day. Let's see. Let me try. Cam to. All right. Let's see if I can get the camera over to y'all. Give me 1 second. I promise I'm working on it. What are you showing, LA? What are you showing, LA? All right. LA showing something on here. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it in time. I'm sorry, guys. We'll catch them here coming out. The camera's not responding to me on this. Anyway, the students are here that are taking a tour of the building today, which is really cool, really cool. And the studio, so I'll show them coming up here in just a second. I tried to get them on. Technology is not working in my favor today. Big shout out though to them for being here today. If anybody knows anybody at Hanover. Hold on 1 second. I got a spammer. Got to get rid of this spammer. All right, got rid of them. Boom. All right. Sorry about that. I got it. Don't worry. Back into the chat there. All right, smoke. Yes, smoke is in the area. You can see the modeling showing that kind of just drifting over the area at the moment. It'll linger. Here's the thing about smoke like this. This is not going to be the type of smoke that really can get too much of a factor on creating big problems in the lower layers. The atmosphere is higher up. That's the reason why we, at the moment, do not have an air quality alert. We don't see that the particles get into the area that much, but that's something I'm sure they're monitoring. And we've been monitoring our gauges that we get to from air pollution. I'm not seeing anything so far that is showing up, but we'll watch it. But still, there's enough of it out there that can drift at times in lower layers. So if you do suffer from any type of asthma or breathing issues, or maybe you kind of got a runny nose. Some of you have that. It's possible. Here we go at the front, though. Tomorrow, this looks weird, right? We're looking at a line of smoke coming our way. But this is actually right ahead of the thunderstorms. Most of this would be rain, but general rain and thunder are moving in and scooping up the smoke and pushes it out of here. And bye-bye. It's out of here. Now we have a chance to relax. So let me show you what the rain will do in that kind of setup. First off, there's the system again, the southeast corner of the country. Notice again the showers that try to sneak in tonight across areas of central and eastern Kentucky. That's the reason why there will be low-end rain chance with that as it moves through. We'll keep it maybe 20%, something like that. But don't be surprised as we get into the night tonight if you hear a little bit of rain outside, fully expected, not expecting super weather or anything like that. That will fade out. But then we look to the west. That's where our next front will be dropping in. A little unstable tomorrow in general, so we could get a pop-up at any point during the day on Friday, but really it will take the front itself to fire up any showers and storms. The wind fields, as I mentioned, are weak. That's why we have the smoke that's been in the area. I don't really see much of a severe risk here just because the wind it's just not really there. There's not a lot of shear with this. Now, these can contain some heavy rain. You can get some gusty winds out of this, but severe limits not expected. Some lightning, of course, typical line of showers and storms rolling through. And it will not be a fully connected line. So it's going to be really difficult for us to go to 100% on the rain chance because it's not fully connected. So be aware of that. But it will be later on to Friday night, Saturday morning. That's good. It's great. By Saturday night, we'll begin to clear things out and enjoy some quiet weather for the rest of the weekend. All right, so here's where we are heading into next week, and this is where things change for us. We get into a little more of a summer pattern coming our way. It'll take a couple days for us to kind of reset and build on this, but once we get into Sunday and Monday, we'll start to build into the 70s and 80s back into the area, and then we get into the mid-80s, upper 80s, perhaps mid to late week, warm nights as well. One thing to keep in mind, if you look at this map, what I'm looking at actually is for any sign of a gray shading that shows up. We don't have that yet, but once we get that gray shading, I feel like I'm saying from stomach nulli, it's that gray asin. You know, how do you even begin to make gray asin? Anyway, when you see the gray show up, that is where you start to run into the 90s. Now, around here, the thing is, modeling tends to get us to 90 or higher relatively fast. It's the first time in the season when that happens. But when you have a wet ground and a lush green environment, we have to usually dial back on those numbers because it usually takes a little more of a drying ground to get us to 90 or higher in Louisville. But we're going to be awful close to this next week, awful close to it. There may be a slight interruption to this if we can get a system to roll in here across the southeast corner of the country, and you see that trying to do so right there into Florida that may try to sneak in and may change things. But right ahead of that, all the way through next weekend, it is going to be, whether it's 89 or 90, it is going to be hot. There you go. Downburst potential. Yes, there will be in that kind of pattern. Yeah, absolutely. Angela, missed you, but not the spammers. Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. Got distracted. Sorry about that. Let's see. Mark, if we can get rid of the smoke so we can get some pretty blue skies. Yeah, that'd be nice. You know, hazy skies, that's what we normally get in the summer anyway around here, but it is that pretty blue sky, especially yesterday. It's very addictive, but boy, you can burn fast on that. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. Relatively quiet, right? So just want to update you guys on where we stand on this. Again, just watch these rain chances tonight. We'll watch the front move in tomorrow night into Saturday morning. We'll clear the smoke out and then get ready for a summer pattern. I'll have much more on this coming up on midday, of course, at 11 a.m. and on noon and at 3 o'clock as well. So make sure to tune in for that. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care.